Picture two groups so different in their outlooks on life, their beliefs and devotions, and you couldn't come up with a more dissimilar pair than the Dunkers, a religious sect that came to America from Germany, and those who populated the Greek city-state of Sparta. War, to a great extent, defined these two groups. Pacifism expressing the Dunkers' abhorrence with anger and conflict, contrasting with Sparta's focus on military training and prowess on the ancient battlefields of the Peloponnesian Wars. What can these two disparate groups, taken together, reveal to us today? We are so attracted to distinctions, the differences we find when comparing things, that we miss those characteristics that they have in common, attributes that we can discover and appreciate and even apply in our own time. For example, cohesion. They both had it, and it was to a great extent the source of their strength and resilience. Historical Film's Antietam miniseries develops this concept, group cohesion's powerful hold on the individual in the American Civil War. Unit cohesion, or the lack of it, determined a regiment's ability to stand and fight, to be effective while under fire, to take terrible punishment, and yet remain cohesive and achieve their mission. If cohesion worked for the old pacifists and the ancient militarists, it is a compelling concept for any organization, and another example of the value of knowing and understanding the past, especially when it's history you can use.
By the summer of 1862, a year and a half into the conflict in America, both sides had become nations at war. Hundreds of thousands of men are in the armies, and millions work in factories and large farms, supporting the war effort. The notion of marshaling the whole nation is patterned after the political and military ideal of a nation in arms, embodied in the French Revolution, gathering the life energy of a people and pouring it out in wrath and slaughter. But this ideal reaches back to ancient times, turning city-states into armed camps, defended by everyone within its walls. An army of citizen soldiers dedicated to the common good. In Sparta, art, music, philosophy, and anything that celebrated the individual was suppressed, yielding a sort of selflessness, the personal simplicity we associate with a Spartan existence. Connecting back to these societies is difficult because so many disciplines are involved: sociology, political and military theory, even science and the arts. So history devised a way to simplify things by focusing on a few great men, political and military giants, rather like studying geology by considering only the terrain's surface. But in the 19th century, chroniclers reconsider this top-down approach to human history. They dig down to the masses who experience history from below. The simple farmer, the common soldier, the factory worker, the poor, disenfranchised, and of course, the slave. For them, life is short, and the need for change immediate, where violence can be viewed as an end in itself. But dig deeper, and one finds layers where the new histories dare not go. Truly ignored and forgotten people, especially in war, because they simply refuse to fight. They are the pacifists, a variety of well-established European religious sects spread broadcast across the landscape. And Antietam, with all of its organized killing and suffering, forces us to take a look at them and to consider what they bring to the American experience.
Hörst du das?
Ja, ist dunnef.
Kriegsmusik, das Menschen missbrauchen, the Sabbath.
Hello, my friends.
Among their non-brethren neighbors, they are known as the Dunkers, after their practice of full immersion baptism, 3 times, even in the dead of winter.
Perhaps you've not heard the cannons by Boonesboro?
I hear them now.
On Sunday, September 14th, the Dunkers can hear cannon fire on South Mountain, east of Boonesboro, Maryland, barely 6 miles away.
Such wickedness. Violence on the Sabbath.
Some people are talking about leaving and going down by the caves in the river.
Ja, nein. I want to send mein Anna und my Kinder to the Manor Meeting House in Hagerstown, if it is far enough away from this blasphemy.
Unexpectedly, the pacifist Dunkers and the militant Spartans have something in common, a characteristic fundamental to their organizations: personal piety, selfless devotion to the group. Such devotion promotes solidarity and what we know as unit cohesion, a key factor in the success of any organization, from the devout Dunkers to the belligerent armies who will collide at Sharpsburg. We'll use cohesion as one of the measurement tools to assess combat power, which is nothing more than the military version of utility, whether a soldier or a unit is useful in combat. And we do all that, investigate cohesion and the rest of it, to see how success is achieved, how it worked at Antietam, and how it can be predicted and even planned for in our own time.
Still, it's not just a danger, yeah? But the armies fighting on Sunday. My family in Württemberg, farmers, all, they gave up after war ravaged the land. 1 year, my people, they simply did not plant. They didn't have the heart.
This will be a busy, bad, and brutal week in Sharpsburg, whether we look at its history from above or below. The Dunkers have steadfastly kept their distance from war's brutality and destruction. But their beliefs, their faith in the brotherhood of man, can do nothing to prevent war from coming to them, right to the doorstep of their modest meeting house, set like a beacon against the dark evergreens of a woodlot, west of Antietam Creek.
Peace to you, my friends.
Guten Tag.
Please visit our website, where you can learn how unit cohesion affected the Battle of Antietam. At www.historicalfilms.org, you can purchase the Antietam miniseries in Blu-ray and regular DVD, and as a downloadable MP4 movie file.